Yo, we locked in. It's due season. It's your boy Carl Anthony, and welcome to the Man Cave. So, today, I want to speak to you all about how to create systems to find your purpose. You know, it's a lot of talk on here on YouTube about, getting on your purpose, finding your purpose. But a lot of people don't really tell you how to find your purpose. A lot of people are lost when it comes to finding their purpose. So how do you attain that? How do you figure it out? One thing you can do, first of all, you have to focus on what you can do. That's the first thing. And you can control your life in many different ways, okay? And my first, tip would be to create a daily routine, okay? So let me give you a little heads up about my daily routine. I wake up generally between 4:30 and 5:30, and that varies depending on, I'm on OMAD every other day, so eating every other day. And so on the days where I'm eating, like today, I woke up at 4:30. And that's because, I get a little physical working out and then I prepare my breakfast or my meal for the day, and I eat it, get in the shower, go to work. So on days that I'm fasting though, so like tomorrow, I'll wake up a little later, like 5:15, 5:30, jump in the shower, head on my way to work. And then while I'm on my way to work, I put on my Bible app and I listen to it and read along as I'm driving. It's kind of dangerous, but whatever. I do that. And then after that, I may put on some music. I get to my job, clock in, get my truck ready, and then, start heading out. I've been getting to work early. Promptness is, being early or very prompt is very key to starting your journey. You got to break some bad habits of being late and not being able to be counted on. You know what I'm saying? I used to take, when I first started working this job years ago, I kind of used to take things like I didn't really care about the job. And it's not that this is my passion, I just like it because it's, it's a well-paying job and I got a lot of free time. But, I started, I used to be late so much. I mean, so much. Like, getting to work right at 7 o'clock, 7:05. And I had to change the way I started thinking about it. Like, my attitude at first was, I don't care about this job. But then, I look at these times right now where, I'm not cutting hair. And if I was cutting hair full time, I literally wouldn't be bringing in any extra money. And this job, I'm essential. I work for the city. So I'm still working overtime, doing everything. So it's a blessing. Getting back to the video, being punctual and being early is very important to me. So my thing for you guys is to create a daily routine. So you should, create a general wake up time, preferably earlier than you usually are doing, more than likely. If you're the type of person that likes to wake up 30 minutes before they have to go to work, I would say push it back to an hour instead of 30 minutes. Push it up. Just give yourself some time in the morning to get your thoughts together. They say that, it's a certain time of the day when before the sun rises that your brain is at its optimal level as far as like creativity and just intense thoughts. So wake up early. You don't got to wake up as early as 4:30, but you can wake up early daily. At least doing if you have a job, a regular job, at least do it during the work week. You can change things a little bit because on the weekends I don't wake up as early. I don't need to, so I sleep in a little bit. But then what you want to do is make sure you meditate or pray or do some reading, and then exercise, stretch, get your blood flowing, and that will start your day. Now, outside of that, in order to find your purpose, you need to attain some skills, okay? Because if you don't know what you want to do, you got to find out what you're good at or what you could be good at. So one of the skills you may want to learn is sales. If you want success, sales is everything. Learning the skill of sales, learning how to be good at sales. Some people think that everybody can't be a salesman, but I'm a believer that you can learn anything. You can learn how to be good at anything if you put the work in. So maybe learn sales, learn the ins and outs, how to close, how to, bring in new deals. Study the stock market. You may find some interest in that, learning how to invest, or some kind of financial literacy. So learn something about financial literacy so that you can start taking inventory of your life and learning how to, do the right things with your money, learn how to create a budget, learn how to be frugal, but still enjoy life at the same time, And then always back to reading. Read and write your goals. You should be writing something down every day. I literally write my day down. I write the stuff that I eat because I've been on this weight loss journey. And by the way, I've lost about 14 pounds in the last 2.5 weeks maybe. And I'm about to ramp that up a little more. You also may want to start itemizing your time. Like pick designated times to do certain things. Now, that may be a little difficult if you got a family, you got kids, or if you got, outside things that are already taking up your time, but learn how to find time to do certain things. You may want to do this concept of time boxing. Elon Musk is, famously known for time boxing. He carves out 5 minutes, 5-minute increments to do certain things. Certain tasks, he takes 5 minutes. He focuses intensely for 5 minutes on one task, then moves to the next. 5 minutes on another task, then moves to the next. I've tried that before. It's a very good thing to do. And so it's something I'm going to be implementing more and more as I begin to itemize my days better. So, because sometimes, especially if you're not just doing one thing, like I'm working on a few different things, and I do know that, sometimes you can have so much on your plate that you don't accomplish anything. So through time boxing, you can allot. You can write it down. Say, like if you want to write a book, I'm gonna spend 5 solid minutes writing. Now, that may sound like a little, but trust me, if you procrastinate a lot, 5 minutes of solid writing will take you far. And if you do that periodically, like maybe whether it's once a day or 3 times a day, you take 5 minutes of writing, you will see the progress immensely versus what you're normally doing more than likely. Because a lot of times we can say, man, I'm about to go get some work done. And, you spend an hour or two doing work, but you really end up not doing anything, They say like the average person that goes to work and works an 8-hour day probably only work for a total of 2 hours. So think about that. What are you doing for 8 hours? Bullshitting. So you want a time box to make sure your productivity is ramped up, right? Now, how does that tie into your purpose? Because if you have certain goals, small goals that you want to attain, and that you end up doing, you'll find yourself, leaning to something more than the other. You'll find yourself, your brain will start reacting to the things that you're doing. You're creating new pathways of behavior, which will trigger your brain to start thinking of more things. And while you're doing that, guess what? You're going to find your purpose, right? So make daily checklists of things that you want to do. In fact, before you even do that, write down the things you do during the day. Write down what you eat, when you eat, the money you spend, just the time that you're utilizing throughout the day, and find out where you can cut back or add to in your daily, life. So, these are the things that's going to help you, as a man. Also, one of the things that's really been like key lately is me taking walks. So, I don't do 10,000 steps every day, but I'm in the process of doing it, And so 10,000 steps a day, not only does it, help you burn calories, and it's a good form of slow cardio that doesn't hurt your joints. What you're doing, you're walking outside, getting vitamin D, which is helping you out. It's making you happier. Is walking helps you to think better. If you're dealing with depression, getting a breath of fresh air and walking can help you deal with your depression. Because you got to realize depression is in your mind. Okay, it's not necessarily real. You can debate me on that if you want to, but it's in your mind, and your mind is powerful. You can get over it. Okay, you can get over it. Whatever it is, you can get over it. You can get past it. You will make it. Take a walk, man. Try to walk every day if you can, or at least 3 times a week. Take a walk 3 times a week. If you can't do 3 times a week, do it at least once. You can definitely do it once a week. Take a walk. Seriously. You'll just watch how that opens up your life and makes you happier, makes you think better, clearer, and it's just good to see nature. It is. And last but not least, retain. You want to find your purpose, retain. Look, I've been retaining for a while, probably since, I don't know, definitely basically this whole year, I want to say. And I've been more clear than ever before. And to be, to let you be a little more candid, it's been, I've been waking up with the wood. Sorry, I have. It's like I think my testosterone is picking up. I'm having more energy. I'm stronger. It's working. Retain. Seriously. And that's it, man. I'm making this statement because to hold my own self accountable. Okay? I will be dropping a video every day. The remainder of this month. Okay? The remainder of May, I will be dropping a video every single day. Okay? So I'm holding myself to that. Even if I got to do 2 or 3 videos in one day and spread them out, I won't make an excuse for not uploading. I just want to, I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens. I want to see how this channel picks up, So like and subscribe. It's your boy, Carl Anthony. I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.